Alright, nerds, assemble! Good God, this is good tobacco. Don't you just love tasty tobacco? Yeah, me too. And this is a top tier choice for sure. I'm smoking Rattray's Hal O The Wynd. Very excited about this blend, and we are going to talk about it. My name's Nick, and I'm a chain smoker, and this is a chain reaction. So I'm still quite new here, so I'll explain why I call myself a chain smoker. I like to think that I'm linking the rich history and heritage of pipes and pipe tobacco to a more sustainable existence in the future, and really that's just a fancy way of saying I like to make videos on pipes and pipe tobacco and keeping that wheel turning, chain reactions, or what I call my pipe tobacco reviews. So you're probably here because you might be like me and haven't had an opportunity prior to pick up this Rattray's blend, or Rattray's, I think that's how you say it, Rattray's. And you probably want to get a little bit more information on there, so if you do come across an opportunity to get it, you might be a little bit more informed about what you're getting, because it's probably going to come with a premium price. But hey, this one, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be worth that premium. We'll go ahead and start with the tin description, and it reads, Hal O The Wynd is a Virginia-based mixture. Fired Kentucky is added to a base of a variety of Virginias, and Perique completes this mixture. It is then pressed and finally rubbed by hand into broken flake. So it's a broken flake, and I think it's important to note that it was a flake at one point, and then it was, processed further from there. But they said it was broken down by hand. I don't know how true that is, but that's interesting. So let's take a look. This tobacco presents beautifully with a tricolor tone. We have some light chestnut, a little bit darker mahogany tones, and then we have some very dark flake that is likely the Perique. Even though the broken flake presents with some thick bits, that is a technical term, you can quote me on that, and some thinner bits, also another technical term, we see that it's quite consistent. There is an even mixture of thick and thin bits, and I think it's pleasing to the eye. Since it seems like everyone does this on their tobacco reviews, we can do a sniff test and assess the tin note. Let's put this guy up to the old olfactory gland and see what we got. Raisins. No, it's a little bit more complex than raisins, but you definitely get what I get whenever I smell any blend with Perique, is that figgy sort of raisiny characteristic, for lack of a better term. I'm going to have to figure out how to describe these tobaccos without using and overusing the words characteristic, tones, notes. I don't know. I'm going to have to pull out a thesaurus here, but bear with me. I'll figure it out. Little bit of a smoky essence, but don't worry, it's not like a Latakia smoky essence. It's more like your typical dark Fired Kentucky smoky essence. Not quite campfire, but a very earthy sort of smoky characteristic. A little bit of bread. A little bit more of that fig, maybe even some apricot, which is pretty surprising to me because apricot is one of the major notes that I get in the smoke. So that's impossible. So how does it smoke? Well, it smokes great. It smokes amazing. I feel like this is a high performance blend. It smokes very cool. It smokes very dry. It has a lot of great flavor. And what are those flavors? Well, right off the bat, I get Virginia sweetness, a red Virginia sweetness. So not a lot of citrus in that Virginia sweetness, but definitely a lot of bready notes, somewhat like baked goods. and then you get that smokiness from the dark Fired Kentucky, and that smokiness is amazing. It's very robust in the mouthfeel. If you like drinking dark, robust coffee with no creamer or sugar, then this is probably going to be something that you like. The Perique comes through just enough. You get a little bit of the spice, a little bit of the the stone fruits, and a little bit of the figgy raisin sort of Perique essence every now and then. But where I really notice all three of those tobacco components come together creates this smoky sort of chocolate covered apricot. And I've never experienced anything like it. It is intense, and you really have to kind of focus on it. You can't be doing a whole lot. You have to really just let the tobacco guide the experience, sort of the whole essence of being a pipe smoker, right? Just relax and let it happen. But when you do that, that's when I notice that smoky chocolate covered apricot. And again, I'm so thrilled to have experienced that. Now, I've smoked this out of a couple different briars. I've smoked it out of a clay. I've smoked it out of a corncob, and I've smoked it out of meerschaum. And I will say that I really only get that chocolate covered smoky apricot when I'm smoking it out of certain briars. Didn't get it out of the clay or the meerschaum. It was a great experience. It was very tasty. It was a flavorful, very cool, dry smoke out of the clay and the meerschaum, as expected. But that deep complexity, those flavors sort of teasing out, only happened for me in a briar. So, not sure what the whole meaning or science behind that is, but I definitely think it's important to note. So this blend reminds me a lot of penny farthing from GLPs. I would say this is kind of like penny farthing's little brother. Penny farthing is definitely, I would say, more robust. I get a much greater, thicker mouthfeel throughout the entirety of the smoke. And I get a little bit of that with Hal O The Wynd, but it's secondary to the Virginias. The Virginia is really what makes itself known first and foremost, and then what I experienced when penny farthing, that smoky, robust, rich mouthfeel. Again, I equate it to a very dark, strong cup of black coffee. It definitely leaves your palate satisfied, and that's really the best way I could explain it. Okay, so how do you know if Rattray's Hal O The Wynd is a good choice for you? Do your coworkers avoid you for the first half of the day because you've got some kickin' dragon breath from your strong-ass coffee? Do you sometimes secretly order edible arrangements for yourself? Well, if you checked yes to both those boxes, maybe Rattray's Hal O The Wynd is a good choice for you. If you like GLP's penny farthing and you want something that's similar with a little bit more Virginia sweetness, definitely Hal O The Wynd. Or if you just like Virginias and dark Fired Kentuckys and Perique tobaccos in any form and you haven't tried this, then definitely give it a shot. All right, so if you end up getting this blend, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you've already tried it, definitely let me know what your experience was. And until next time, we'll see all you pipe nerds later. Sweet smokes, y'all.